Why is the standard in Columbus, Ohio so high? There's a lot of pressure on Ryan Day heading into the 2023 season, but why are the expectations what they are around Ohio State? And the expectations, to be clear, are you beat Michigan, we win the Big Ten, we compete for national championships. And Ryan Day, though they made the college football playoff this year, a lot of the good people in Columbus would tell you, I don't know. I mean, after the Michigan game, we were able to be there. There was a lot of people in our comment section that were saying, fire Ryan Day. And I understand that's an emotional reaction, and it's coming off the heels of a loss to your rival, but there was some people that very genuinely meant that sentiment. Now, I'm not one of those people that would echo that sentiment. I think Ryan Day is one of the best coaches in the sport today. He's at a place with really high expectations. So why are they so high? Why is the bar so high in Columbus? And I think the first thing that comes to mind is you are expected to, as a program, wherever you are, to compete at the level you recruit and the level that you're supported. Development, in-game play, game plan, that's all on you. It's all on you. Recruiting is really on you as well, but recruiting is the information that the external gets. You get a lot of 5 stars, you expect those 5 stars to contribute for you in a big way on Saturdays. And that's just the reality. And Ohio State, in terms of ingredients, they have the best ingredients in the entire country. Ingredients that are on par from a recruiting standpoint, from a resources standpoint, as Georgia, as Alabama. Those are the teams that Ohio State goes toe-to-toe with on the recruiting trail. So why are we having trouble as an entire operation beating Michigan? More on Michigan in a second here, but that's why there's the frustration. That's why there's the feeling of, hey, we're doing everything on the talent acquisition side well. We're doing everything on the resources side well. We expect to get out the level of effort that we're putting in. So what's the disconnect there? That's why the expectations are so high. The brand is a big part of it too. Don't get it twisted, but it's more than just the brand. It's more than just the uniform and the logo and Script Ohio. It's more than just that. That plays a factor, but it's more than just that for Ohio State. I want to make sure we are very clear on that. If you have not yet subscribed, we would love to have you a part of this operation. We have had a ton of y'all from the Ohio State community come and join us here in recent history. Thank you so much for that. We're fired up to have you here. And if you have not yet joined us, you're not yet at the party, or you're new to the party, welcome. We're glad to have you. Also, follow me on the social channels at JD Pickell on Twitter and on Instagram. Just a great medium for me to hear from you and do more of the content that you want to see. It's a football community. Don't get it twisted. It's a community. We got the mic, got the camera, Nick Brake lifting heavy, but this is a community of people that year-round care about this beautiful sport. So thank you for that. The frustration with the Michigan losses is back to what I was just mentioning. The ingredients that Ohio State's working with are superior to the ingredients that Michigan's working with. Michigan has recruited fine. Right now, they're actually right around that number 20 spot at the time of this recording in the On3 team consensus recruiting rankings. Ohio State's up there. Ohio State, over the last couple of years, and over the last 4 or 5 years, have been in the top 10 range consistently. And Michigan's had good years, they've had bad years, but when you pair the amount of investment in terms of caring about your program and what Ohio State is doing, they've got a coach that is working night and day to beat Michigan, to win national championships, to win the Big Ten. And I'm not saying Michigan isn't putting forth the same kind of effort. I'm not saying that. But every offseason, the last 2 off seasons, there's been a head coach that is flirting with the NFL. That's been 1 foot in, 1 foot out, to paraphrase what national recruiting analyst for On3, Josh Newberg, and I were talking about earlier. That's the feeling of, hey, we're committed to this, and there's a coach in another school, our rival school, and he can't even decide if he wants to stay there. And they've beat us the last 2 years. What's going on here? What are we missing? That's why there's frustration. That's why the standard is beat Michigan. It already was that before, but there's extra frustration baked into that. And the way they lost last year and things that go into that, that's a whole other conversation that we've had before. I'm sure we'll have again in the near future, and we can unpack that. But the investment and the success in the recruiting trail, rather, from Ohio State is far and away better. Far and away better than what Michigan's brought to the table. Now, Michigan's developed really well, but Ohio State has had a ton of first rounders. Why are we not able to get over this hump? That's why there's frustration, and that's why the standard is so high at Ohio State. Top talent, we expect top results. Not just we'll win 10 games, we'll win 11 games. We beat Michigan, win the Big Ten, play for national titles. And you saw it on the field, too. You saw it against Georgia. You saw them go toe-to-toe with the eventual national champion. If that field goal goes through, maybe we're having a different conversation. And that's the good news for Ryan Day and for Ohio State. There's a lot of this going on right now. There's a lot of this going on last year, and that's fine, all the talk. But in actuality, a lot of those people that were talking and saying Ryan Day can't win the big one, can't do this, can't do that, those same individuals were saying the same thing about Kirby Smart, who's now chilling there with 2 rings. Okay, so 1 year can change the entire narrative around this football team, around Ryan Day. And I think we almost saw it this year. I know we almost saw it this year. If that kick goes through, I don't see a world where Ohio State doesn't win the national championship. It's going to be very, very interesting to see what happens in 2023. We're going to cover this some more tomorrow on our live show, 1 Central, 2 Eastern. Again, tomorrow, Thursday, so make sure you're tuned in. Make sure you're locked in. We're live every Tuesday and Thursday, so subscribe if you haven't already and hit the bell. But that's all it takes is 1 year. 1 national title could change the entire perception and be ultimately reaching the standard that they have set in Columbus. The ingredients are second to none. We recruit and we support at the top tier level. Let's get the ROI. Let's get the wins and the on-field product to match that. We definitely do more than Michigan. It's not knocking Michigan, me personally. I mean, the good folks in Columbus, y'all can knock Michigan. I understand how that goes. But we do more. We should get that on the field. And the fact that we haven't, that's frustrating if you're an Ohio State fan. But 1 year is all it takes. 2023 for Ohio State will be high pressure, but guess what? High pressure could equal diamonds. Excited to watch it unfold. We appreciate you rocking with us, man. Nick Brake, lifting heavy, doing every single thing that you see here. This is y'all's show. So thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for continuing to build this community forward. We're very grateful for y'all and grateful for the engagement and interaction that y'all have provided, both in this comment section and at my Twitter page, at my Instagram page, at JD Pickell. We're going to keep the party rolling. We will see y'all next time. Hey, y'all, thanks so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel here to make sure you don't miss an episode of The Hard Count. Also, be sure to check out other videos on the On3 YouTube channel.